The Duchy of Tskhumi, Georgian, was a duchy, saeristavo, in a medieval Georgia. Ruled by a House of Shervashidze, the duchy existed from 8th to 14th century, in the northwestern part of Georgia and comprised territories around modern Sukhumi, Abkhazia. Duchy of Tskhumi was probably formed as a separated feudal entity during the reign of Leon II on the lands of ancient Abkhazias. Forming one of the 8 duchies of Kingdom of Abkhazia, it comprised territories above Lazica up to Anacopia and Alanya. Bagrat's castle served as the seat of the saeristavo of Tskhumi. In 1033, Bagrat IV's half-brother Demetred organized the plot with the aim of dethrone his brother. Although an attempt by some great nobles to exploit Demetred's possible aspirations to the throne in their opposition to Bagrat's rule failed. Now threatened by Bagrat, the Dowager Queen Alda defected to the Byzantines and surrendered Anacopia to the Emperor Romanos III, who honored her son Demetred with the rank of magistros. According to the words of the chronicler of the Georgian chronicles, King Bagrat defeated a united army of his opponents and then besieged Anacopia. Then he went back, leaving saeristavo of Abkhazia, Otago Chakshas and his army to take charge of the fortress. Owing to the active support of the Abkhazian saeristavo, Bagrat IV managed to return the fortress of Anacopia to Georgia. In 12th century, King David the Builder appointed the son of Shashurvan Otago as a viceroy of Abkhazia, who later became the founder of House of Shervashidze. The city of Tskhumi, Sukhumi, became the summer residence of the Georgian kings. According to Russian scholar Vysizov, it became an important cultural and administrative center of the Georgian state. The historian Yuri Voronov also conjectured that castle might have hosted the queen regnant Tamar of Georgia during her stays in Abkhazia in the early 13th century. During this period, the saeristavo, Duke, of Tskhumi was Otago Shervashidze. In the 1240s, Mongols divided Georgia into 8 military administrative sectors. Tumans, the territory of contemporary Abkhazia, formed part of the Duman administered by Tsotna of Odyssey. Vakuchti notes the duchy started to decline in 14th century after consolidation of power in western Georgia by Dukes of Odyssey. During the civil war between the successors of Imeretian King David Naring, Constantine and Michael, Duke of Odyssey, Georgii Dadiani, subjugated much of the Duchy of Tskhumi and expanded his possessions up to Anacopia, while the Shervashidze entrenched in Abkhazia. From the time on, Georgian monarchs were recognizing Tskhumi as a feudal domains of House of Dadiani. In the 12th to 13th centuries, Tskhumi became a center of traffic with the European maritime powers. The Republic of Genoa established their short-lived trading factory at Tskhumi, Sevastopolis, early in the 14th century. Tskhumi served as capital of the Odyssey Megrelian rulers. It was in the city that Vamek I, circa 1384 to 1396, the most influential Dadiani, minted his coins. Documents of the 15th century clearly distinguished Tskhumi from Principality of Abkhazia. The Ottoman navy occupied the town in 1451, but for a short time. Later contested between the princes of Abkhazia and Mingrelia, Tskhumi, Sukhumi, temporarily fell to the Ottoman hands in 1578. Otago I Shervashidze, 1138. Otago II Shervashidze, 1184 to 1213. Dardan Shervashidze, 1243. Tsotna Dadiani, 1245 c. 1260. Badan Dadiani, c. 1270 sc. 1290s. Georgii Dadiani, circa 1293 to 1323. Mamia I Dadiani, 1323 to 1345. Georgi II Dadiani, 1345 to 1384. Vamek I Dadiani, 1384 to 1396. Mamia II Dadiani, 1396 to 1403. Shervashidze, 1403 to 1412. Liprat I Dadiani, 1414 to 1470. Shamadavil Dadiani, 1470 to 1473. Vamak II Dadiani, 1474 to 1482. Liprat II Dadiani, 1482 to 1512. Mamia III Dadiani, 1512 to 1533. Levan I Dadiani, 1533 to 1546. Georgi III Dadiani, 1546 to 1574. Mamia IV Dadiani, 1574 to 1578. Hyder Pasha, 1578 to 1581. Pyotr Shervashidze, 1581.